Hey, what's up, family? Today I want to talk to you about doppelgangers and alternate realities. And this is very important to realize this. This is going to be quite advanced talk. So if it resonates with you, awesome. If it doesn't, then you're just not there yet. So anyways, I'll go ahead and get started on this. But we're going to talk about doppelgangers and and alternate realities, how this all affects what you perceive. And I went ahead and wrote some down. I'll go ahead and just read through it, and then I'll go from there. But doppelgangers and alternate timelines. We create different timelines every time we think of a what if world. Every time we think of a what if world. Um, we create timelines and experience them based upon our choices in life. Based upon our choices in life. And this is very important to realize this stuff. Our thought process, just our thoughts itself, is consciousness. We create little bubbles of consciousness streams all over the place, and I've talked about this in a previous video. But every time you have a what if scenario, like say you're at work and you have a scenario you think of like, well, I should probably go talk to my boss about this, but I don't know. Maybe I should go and do this, but I don't know. Every time you do that, just right there, I created two alternate realities. Created two alternate realities, and when you do that, it opens up more worlds for possible uh, reality timelines to perceive, and you can jump into these realities at any time. And it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be because of what was said, but it's already there. And this is where the doppelgangers come in, because you have a ton of clones of yourself. There's little pieces of different alternate realities because of your thought process. And one of the key things is as I'm talking about this, is to realize we need to stop these what if scenarios, because we are creating so many alternate realities. It's making it harder and harder for. You want to go outside? Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Gotta love kids. but but yeah, one of the key things here is to realize that we gotta stop with these what if scenarios, because the more and more alternate realities we create, the harder and harder it is to balance out the timelines. And I'm learning more and more that we have to start fixing these timelines that we have created. And like I said, this is advanced stuff. This is my thought process. My thought process of what I've been going through. But yeah, we got to start fixing these timelines that we have created for ourselves. Um, Put in, because every time you create an alternate timeline, um, you're changing the stories. You're changing the story. And but anyways, but yeah, we're changing stories constantly, and we got to stop doing this. Um, Stop feeding the alternate timelines, and we got to start putting it into timelines so we can start merging all the timelines together. Because right now we still have many alternate timelines right now, and that's actually what's kind of hindering our process a little bit. But with the veil being lifted, it's lifted through all the timelines now. So now we can start kind of coexisting with each other. Because with me personally, I've been jumping through timelines quite a bit lately, actually. Kind of fixing timelines and just balancing them out, which is good. So, realizing this, realizing that you have doppelgangers or mini clones of yourself, and you have to kind of work together with yourself. And it can be hard because you're still the main person. Okay, I mean, you may have many doppelgangers, but you're still the main person. You're just experiencing other people's doppelgangers. So there's gonna be little differences that you'll notice, and that's the key thing, is to realize when you jump timelines, is to become aware of what's different in each timeline, because it's quite weird. Because like I've said in previous videos, there'll be bands I've listened to that don't exist. There'll be people who were still alive who are dead now, and then people who are dead are still alive. It's weird. It's really weird, and you got to become aware of this. Um, uh, there's just many different things that you can become aware of in realizing that you've switched timelines, and you can feel it when you switch timelines too, because it just kind of feels like you're lifted up and then you drop down. I mean, it's like the transporter effect. Really, it's um, quite different. It's really weird. Um, I've talked to a couple people that have experienced the same thing. So here where I live, so it's verifications for me, that it happens um, quite often, because when they experience it, I experience it too, and also has to do with energy waves, energy frequencies coming in. Uh, Portals opening up too, because I mean you'll jump through portals, and this also has to do with the 28-day cycle of the moon as well, because kind of getting off track here, but when the moon cycle um, reaches its end, when it starts to become a new moon again, that's when everything starts uh, building and preparing for the next reality. Because every perceived month, every time we start a full new moon, every time we start a new moon or full moon, yeah, excuse me, full moon. Um, when we have a full moon, what we do in the thought process and mind state creates the 28-day period. So this is where you can jump through timelines and start altering the timelines, which is key in realizing just how much in control we are of the reality. So when it's a full moon, not a new moon, excuse me on that, but a full moon, um, this is when everything's at its peak, and you need to become aware of what you want to see in this timeline. Not any what ifs or, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. Because when you do that, then you're going to switch timelines. And then we create another timeline. And this is where we don't want to be. We don't want to create any more timelines. Not any more than what we have. Because the more timelines we create, the harder it's going to be to blend everything together. I've been working on these timelines. Difficult at times, but I've been trying to fix them. And there's many other people who are fixing timelines as well, to make it easier for you guys. So that being said, that's what doppelgangers and alternate realities are. So I think that's pretty much about it. But the main thing is just become aware of this. Like I said, this is advanced. So yeah. So um, if this isn't where you're at, then that's totally fine. Just keep learning what you're learning, as long as it's a learning from within yourself, trusting within yourself and listening to your higher selves, your guides, and your personal guides, and you'll be doing good. So that being said, I mean, you're eventually going to learn this stuff anyways. So just because somebody's talking about this stuff or experiencing this stuff doesn't mean you're not going to. You will eventually. It just takes time. But it's learning to expand your awareness and consciousness for it. So anyways, just become aware you got a doppelganger, many alternate realities, and these alternate realities can be, I mean, it can be changed just a little bit, where you can't realize you're in an alternate reality. But it's just becoming aware of when you're in a different reality, and then changing it so then you can switch back to another reality. Like I say, quite complex stuff, but for those who are advanced, understand exactly what I'm talking about. So, anyways, yeah. So, got to stop these alternate timelines. Stop using that thought process of what ifs and creating things, stuff like that. We got to stick just to this timeline so we can finish it out. But also make sure that this is the timeline you want to be in. Because if you're in a timeline that's getting fixed, you want to make sure you fix it and get out. Because there's one timeline you want to be in that is heading us into the fifth dimension. How all these alternate realities are heading into the fifth dimension, but there's one true reality. That'll be made more clear as we progress further and further. But anyways, yeah, quit using that mind process of what ifs and creating things that isn't necessary. Create projects, um, create things that are just going to better humanity, better where you live at. Things like that. But don't focus on, you know, I need to go talk to this person to do this or do that, stuff like that. It's yeah, like I said, kind of complicated. But anyways, I'll go ahead and end on that. Um, got questions? Let me know. And yeah, I love you all very much. 13 love to you all. Namaste, and talk to you in a little bit.